Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, it's June 11th. We're back to talk more minor league baseball. A little bit different view in the camera today. I'm trying something out. We're actually going to be transitioning to more of a live show type, and we're going to have multiple cameras, but I wanted to redo the backdrop a bit, more zoomed in normally. I'm going to have another camera in the future for that, but I wanted to get some cool this is a minor league baseball show, so I want some cool minor league hats. And you see I've got my Hub City Spartanburgers hat up there. It actually just won minor league hat of the year. I'm gonna get some other cool ones. If you have suggestions, let me know. What's your favorite minor league logo or hat? There's a lot of good ones, but I figured what better place to display those than on a minor league baseball show. So got those. We'll get more. I'm gonna I've got some auto cards, got Braves World Series ring up there, got some bobbleheads and stuff, but I thought it'd be cool to have some hats. But anyway, before we dive in, the drill. The show is brought to you by Connect Roasters. Connect Roasters is Ian App's coffee company, and Connect Roasters makes an incredible blend of coffee. They actually have new canned coffee. You can try out some canned cold brew. They have some coffee shandy, which is coffee and lemonade. That's intriguing. Kind of curious what that tastes like. So I'm going to be trying some of that out pretty soon. Looking forward to that. But go on Connect Roasters. Get your gold glove blend. Buy one, get one 50% off. It's a great deal for 2 bags of coffee. Great coffee. It's all just incredibly good. Connect Roasters does wonders for the community, and it's all local stuff. So I like supporting local businesses. You should too. So that being said, check out Connect Roasters. Use the link in the description or the code Dynasty Dugout at checkout. We're also proud to partner with Chinook Seedery, the best sunflower seeds in the game. Chinook has a wide variety of flavors, from sweet, salty, spicy. You got it. They got something for you. So go check them out as well. Use the code Dynasty Dugout and get 10% off your order. All right, so we're going to dive in on some live looks from yesterday that I had, as well as some other standouts across the minor leagues. Now, I was in Spartanburg. That's why I got the Hub City hat, because I was in Spartanburg, the Hub City Spartanburgers. Great hat, by the way. Show you it. I mean, that's a sick logo, by the way. It's kind of cheesy. I get it, it's cheesy, but I mean, it won minor league hat of the year, so probably should take the sticker off. I will do that after the show, but aside the point. So I was in Hub City. Been there quite a bit this year. It's just down the road. And Wilmington's in town, which is fun. The Nationals have a lot of talent in Wilmington. Now, it's the pitchers that really stand out. I mean, all week, it's going to be just loads of fun. Yesterday was Jackson Kent, who I don't think gets talked enough about. I think Jackson Kent's a really good pitcher. Doesn't get much love. We'll have Travis Sakura as well on Thursday. I'll have Alex Clemmy on Saturday. Lots of good talent, and I'm really looking forward to seeing on those games. So we'll talk about that. There's plenty to talk about on that team, the Hub City team. But yeah, starting off the bat with Jackson Kent, who I thought was really impressive. And I think has been impressive all year. The numbers don't really show it, because if you look at the surface numbers, you're like, okay, like, what is it with this guy? I don't see it, because like when you're looking at it, he's got a 4.71 ERA, but he's got a 1.17 whip in 57 innings. The ERA indicators are much better. He's got 3.51 xFIP, which is pretty encouraging. The command's really good. Kent's walked just 6.8% of batters. He walked just one last night. It didn't come until the 6th inning. And Jackson Kent's also struck out 27.5%. Yesterday, 6 innings, highly efficient. His 73 pitches, he landed 50 of those for strikes. Kent also punched out 6. He allowed just 1 hit, which was an infield hit, or a grounder that should have been fielded, in my opinion. But aside the point, very efficient. Now, Kent's not going to overpower anybody. Like, you look at the Arsenal, and he was 93, 94 for the first, 3-4 innings. He ticked down, but he was still 91 and 93, even in the 6th. But it's the traits on the fastball that make it work. Now, again, he's not going to beat hitters with velocity, but the location is good. Kent locates extremely well, and he got some unique traits. He's throwing from a 5'5", 5'6" release height, and he's 6'3". So it's funky. He's low release. He hides the ball exceptionally well, and then it gets on hitters. So he's got good extension and the traits. I mean, from that release height. So I got a chart. I just want to look up like what is average IVB on that release height, because 5'6" is average like 14.8 inches. Okay. So Kent was creating 18 to 19. I saw him clip close to 20 IVB, and it's like 10 inches of arm side run. So really unique stuff from Jackson Kent from that release, and it helps the velocity play up a little bit. So yeah, that fastball, it's good. It's not going to get better than average grades. It's just not, just given the landscape of what people are looking for now with scout grades, and that's velocity, but he can pitch. So, again, when you are creating that kind of ride, it's very, very impressive. The changeup's the best pitch, easily a plus pitch. Like that changeup, very late dive and fade. It's at like 83, so it had some good velocity separation. And we're talking like up to 18 inches of arm side fade and good depth, like whoosh, beautiful, beautiful pitch. And you can see a couple of those swings and misses on the video were from that beautiful changeup. And so changeup's good separation, sells it well. It's a good pitch. Slider, curveball. Slider was in the similar velo range to the changeup. It got up to like 85, more of a gyro shape. So shorter horizontal. And the gyro basically means a similar IVB and horizontal. It's a good pitch. I like the slider. It's probably average though. And then Kent dumped in a curveball with more depth to it in the 78 to 80 range. So Jackson Kent can pitch. I'll tell you that. Locates well, throws strikes. He only missed a couple pitches he missed, but his misses weren't in the zone. So that's a win in that sense where, he missed in good spots. And I thought that Jackson Kent looked really, really good. So when you look at the game logs, he had a blow up last week. He allowed 8 earned and 2 1/3. That's bad. It goes against Brooklyn. Brooklyn's, I think, the best lineup in the minor leagues, better than Carolina Mudcats. You heard it here. He allowed 9 runs in a previous start, 4 innings against Brooklyn. So again, he's allowed a total this year of 30 earned runs. And how many? 17 of those came in 2 games. So yeah, I mean, Kent's good. I don't think he's like a star pitcher, but he looks like a starter to me. It's good frame, 6'3", 220. He might be bigger than that. Deceptive, lefty, good stuff. Jackson Kent can pitch. So if you looked at the matchup, you're probably like, Leandro Lopez is the better pitcher. The Rangers starter yesterday, who I've seen a lot this year. I've seen a lot of Leandro Lopez. Saw him in the fall league last year. I think I've seen him. This is the 3rd start I've seen him this year. And Lopez's numbers are good. He's got a 2.06 ERA and a 1.13 whip on the year in 48 innings. The FIP is 3.09, which is still really good. And he struck out 29% of batters while walking 10.5%. Now, yesterday, the surface looks good. 5 2/3, no earned, 7 strikeouts. He allowed just 3 hits, but 4 walks. The command was bad. I mean, he was all over the place. And that's how it's always really been with Lopez, and why, I think people are going to be apt to push him really high because they're like, yeah, this kid can pitch. And I get it. He's got stuff. And the fastball will work 94 to 96 at times. So getting up to 96 is good. You like to see that. And he throws a cutter slider. It could go either way. It's in the 89 and 90 range. That's why you can classify as a cutter, just given the movement profile. It could be a slider as well. Changeup's firm. It's also in that velo band, 89, 90 on the changeup. Doesn't throw it a lot. And Lopez dumps in a curveball that's low 80s. I saw 79 to 82 on the curveball. It's got much more depth in the slider. That slider obviously gets classified as a cutter sometimes just because of the carry to it. So you see why it will get classified that way. But I do think that when we're looking at the arsenal, it's kind of interesting. Is he going to be a starter moving forward? I don't know. I mean, the command is shaky in my opinion. He'll turn 23 next week. So he's not young for high A by any means, but Lopez is a solid arm. He can miss bats, and I think that's helpful. He had 17 whiffs yesterday. He significantly outdueled Kent in that sense where he got a lot of whiffs. So obviously you like to see those things, but again, I guess the question is how good is he moving up? I'm not sure. Like, would he be in my Rangers top 30? Probably not. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but that's kind of how I value him. I like this. It's interesting, but I'm not overly high on Leandro Lopez. So again, not an interesting day hitter wise because we went to extras 0-0. So there was like, I think it was 3 or 4 hits for the first 9 innings prior to extras. But some hitters did catch my eyes. Obviously, Caleb Lomavita's on this team. Caleb Lomavita was selected first. He was second round, if I'm not mistaken, maybe comp round. I'm going to pull it up because I know they obviously took Seaver King in the first round. Yeah, Lomavita was comp round A, so 39th overall last year. He got a $2.3 million bonus. And Lomavita is good. I think that he's gotten a little underrated at this point, but I've seen a lot of the top catchers from last year's draft at this point, and honestly, like Lomavita stands out. He's 22. He'll be 22 all year. In high A this season, he's got just 2 home runs, but he has slashing 275, 355, 370, which is solid. The issue is the ground ball rates, 55% ground ball rate. He struggles to get the ball in the air. So that's kind of hurting him. While there is maybe average game power, it's not allowed to play up in games because of the launch angle. So Lomavita's going to have to fix that. But I do think Lomavita is interesting because he does have some intangibles that you like to see. He is making good contact. He made good contact last year when I saw him. And he's aggressive. So when you look at the aggressiveness of the profile, it's like, like this is a little bit worrisome, but still good contact rate, 75% overall contact rate this year. So that'll absolutely play good in zone contact. Thought he handled different pitch types well, especially from Lopez. Like he did face, I mean, Lopez can get up there velo wise. I was going to look at the charting. The first at bat was impressive because he got on 2 strikes, he got a curveball down and away, 81 mile an hour curveball. And it was close. I don't know if it was in the zone or not, but it was close enough where he had to battle it. And he stung it out to right field. It was a fly out, but really good barrel control, I thought, from Lomavita there. He handled 95 miles an hour. I saw in the second at bat, he got a 95 mile an hour fastball. He did put it on the ground, but no whiffs, so that was encouraging there. He took a slider for a base hit out to left field. There were some good swings in the game, I thought. So Lomavita stood out. I saw him last year with Fredericksburg and now with Wilmington. So really, really fun bat there. And behind the plate, he has thrown out 21 batters, but he's allowed 75 stolen bases this year, which seems like a ton. Like that's kind of an absurd rate when you're like, whoa, like. So, yeah, I mean, it's a 22% caught stealing rate, but 75 stolen bases. And again, it's hard to judge these players in the lower minors because pitchers are bad at holding runners on. But, man, that's a lot of stolen bases. And the other guy in the Wilmington lineup that really caught my eye, no, it was not Elijah Green. He's hurt. He's not playing. Sam Petersen, outfielder from Iowa, 8th round pick last summer. He did some really good things. He was delayed start to the year, and he's just getting back into full season action after rehabbing at the complex. He played 2 games last week 2 weeks, I guess last week in Fredericksburg and then bumped to Wilmington. He's had just 5 games in Wilmington and a ton of multi-hit games already. Last night was 3 hits, including a double. He stole a base as well. He had 3 hits last week in a game for Wilmington. He runs well. I got plus clock times on him. He flies down the line, had an infield single that he beat out, like just outran him. And he put one off the wall in center as well. So this interesting profile. I think it's a pretty decent field to hit. I looked back at his draft profiles, and some of the knocks were like EVs with wood bats and the ability to hit velo. But again, I saw him square up 95 a couple of times, and he seemed to pick up spin pretty well. So, I think it was a pretty good approach from what I saw, and I'll see him again more this week. But Sam Petersen, the Nationals, he just turned 22, actually. So he was pretty young last year in the draft, and intriguing profile. So Petersen, that's spelled Petersen. Really, Hub City didn't have a lot in the lineup. Dylan Dreiling was out. So Dylan Dreiling's the best player on that team. Malcolm Moore, he's been out for a long time. He got hurt the first home series. I saw his first game. He balled out. He had a homer. He threw out a couple base runners and then broke his hand. So that sucks. Hopefully he'll be back soon because it's been 2 months since he played. So we should see Malcolm Moore back at some point. But, right now, not a lot of the Hub City lineup did anything worth talking about last night. And honestly, not a lot of intrigue without Dreiling and Moore in the lineup. So again, kind of take that as what it is. But those are the live looks and the highlights to hit on there. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll talk about some of the other standouts, because there were some other standouts across minor league baseball that we should talk about. So let's do that right after the break. All right, so outside of the pitchers I saw yesterday, the other ones that caught my eye on video were Khal Stephen, who I've seen Khal Stephen in the spring. That's spelled Khal, and then Stephen, Stephen, 22-year-old right-hander in the Toronto Blue Jays org. Stephen has been dominant and has not been fazed by his promotion to high A. He's probably too good for high A. He was definitely too good for single A Dunedin. He struck out 9 batters yesterday, had 2 walks, 6 hits, no earned in 6 innings. He generated whiffs, then gets 17 whiffs on the start. So Stephen, again, dominance. He rides the fastball extremely well. It'll work in the low to mid 90s. Stephen has a good slider, feel for a changeup. He's a really good pitcher. The Blue Jays are doing something special in their pitch lab because, Trey Savage, yes, he was really good already. But you look at guys like Johnny King, who's taken a big step forward. We talked about him yesterday. Go check that out, by the way. Love me some Johnny King. You've got Gage Stanifer, who has taken a big step forward. You've got Khal Stephen. You got Trey Savage. Jaron Watts Brown has impressed. So it's just this long list of guys that have taken steps forward. So kudos to the Blue Jays pitch dev. They've got another good arm in Khal Stephen, who is really doing things. It's a great arm there. Jonah Tong, again, just an utter dominant start. He just needs to go AAA at this point. He's dominating. The fastball's ticked up. He's like 95 now, up to like 97, 98 with immense ride. He rides it so well. It is over the top release, but still his new changeup. Go read Jeff Pont's article about his new changeup grip. The changeup's dominating like a 45% whiff rate or something silly like that on it. So, Tong just did his thing again. It was 5.1 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts from Tong. Really good day from him. And Payton Tolle, again, 20 whiffs. He's had multiple 20 whiff starts this year. Tolle, when he has the fastball and he's locating it well, he dominates. Last week, Tolle struggled with a fastball early, came back with a vengeance and dominated with it in the 4th through 6th innings. Last night, they're in Hudson Valley, pretty good team there. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Tolle is just, it's unique. His release point's so tough. The extension's absurd. He's like 7'7" regularly, up to like 7'10". He can ride the fastball up to 97 miles an hour. The slider and change are still works in progress, in my opinion, but he does throw 2 slider variations. Throw a sweeper, 83 to 85 range. He'll throw a more traditional slider in the upper 80s. So, again, dominance from Payton Tolle. No surprise there. He needs to be in double. We're learning nothing about him, honestly, in high A because that look is so unique that he gives hitters that they're just never going to be prepared for it. So, some hitters to talk about. Gabriel Davalillo. This kid was talked about as one of the better international hitters that signed in 2025, and it's been the case. He just debuted on Monday, so we've only had 2 games of Gabriel Davalillo. He had a hit on Monday, yesterday, 2 home runs. So 2 home runs to the opposite field. There's some pretty good juice there. Now, it's an interesting build. He's like 5'11", 210, but there is power, clearly, and we're seeing that already from Davalillo. And he's hitting for juice. He's making contact. He got 7 RBI yesterday, which is silly. So to see that impressive start for him, it's sometimes the reports are wrong. The big dollar guys, these guys change so much. But he's 17, and sometimes the big dollar guys do pop, and that's going to be the case with Gabriel Davalillo if he keeps hitting. So Gabriel Davalillo of the Los Angeles Angels in DSL, but really solid. Joshua Baez, 2 more home runs. Guys, Joshua Baez might just be putting it together. This kid's had gaudy exit velocity since the complex. really have always caught my eye from the exit velocity standpoint, but contact was so bad. He went to Double-A. Has not been phased a bit. It's his third home run since joining the Double-A team last week. He's still hitting for average. He's making contact. The contact rate's up to like 74%. It was 65% last year. If you remember, Baez got sent to the dev list last year off of high A. So he goes from high A to the dev list. Pretty bad. When he returned, he went to single A, went back to single A. And that's not ideal, but he played with them through the playoffs, and they have performed Palm Beach where he was. The swing change has paid off, and Joshua Baez looks the part. So very excited about Joshua Baez. Again, he's done this all year. He's 21. He's got a good frame. He runs well for a 6'3", 220 athlete. With juice, you need to know that name. One more name before we get out of here to hit on. That's Andrew Cossetti. We've had our share of catchers today, and he's another one. Twins catcher in Double-A, 2 home run game from him. Andrew Cossetti's interesting. I've seen a lot of Cossetti over the years, and he never really gets any fanfare, but like it's an interesting profile where, you know, he can swing it a bit. I know he's a bit older, drafted in 2022 from St. Joe's. And last year, it was a big regression year for him. After having a 960 OPS in 2023, last year, Cossetti went to double and had a 643 OPS. Not great. And then this year, back to Double-A, but it's an 872 OPS, 7 home runs, and 131 plate appearances. We know there's juice there. He gets the ball in the air often. He can pull the ball with authority. He has a 48% pull rate right now to go with a 70% air rate. So Cossetti's getting the ball in the air often, and you like to see that. And the contact rates are not great. They're still below average, kind of in line where he was last year. But it kind of goes to show you there was some bad luck for Cossetti in 2024 because the hitter that we're seeing this year is more in line with what we've seen from Cossetti in the past. It's a good approach. It's honestly a bit of a cleaned up approach, even from last year. You know, base at high clips, not chasing, taking a walk. You like to see those things. Again, he's older, but Andrew Cossetti, Cossetti of the Minnesota Twins. That's going to do it, guys. Enjoy your day. We'll be back with you tomorrow with some more minor league baseball talk.